Folks, welcome into SportsBookReview.com. It is Friday, it's payday, and you guessed it. It's time to talk some Major League Baseball for one last regular season ride. I'm Donnie Seymour along with Jason Radowitz and Kyle Purviance. We are the SportsBookReview.com Major League Baseball team. And finally, the light at the end of the tunnel is here, Jason.
Yeah, last night, all three value plays, they hit for me. So
Ooh.
Little sweep there. So look, we're still cashing in the MLB, and that brings me up to my point. For the entire season, to be as transparent as possible, for the entire season, I went 122 and 86 on official plays. That is a 7.7% return and a 58.7% win percentage. But on June 17th is when I went and I said, I'm not going to be betting 3 plays a day. I'm going to go 1 play a day. I'm going to take some days off, and I'm going to be a little bit smarter about this. Since then, I've made 61 official wagers, went 44 and 17 to finish off the season, which is a 30.8% return and a 72.1% win percentage. So we did finish with a bang. And of course, all the value plays, they did a great job too. We hit them on those as well. So great season, really lots of fun, and we'll try to obviously hit some more in playoff baseball, but it won't be official plays like that.
I love it. I love it. See that, people? Less is more. Less is more. You get paid more to bet less. It makes a lot of sense here, Jason. Good stuff by you here on the Major League Baseball season. I had a great run as well. Ended my premium season, I like to say, or my best bets of the day in September. Had a wonderful season, 35 and 17. Actually had that bad boy around like 34 and 12, but the last couple days of August hurt me there. So again, every September it gets a little bit tricky, but we've had a great season, cashing in all year long. One last ride today. The playoffs are going to be a lot of fun, Kyle, and I'm looking forward to it. It's just that these last 2 weeks here, just getting to the finish line where so many games didn't matter. It's like, come on now, let's get here. We're finally ready to roll for the playoffs.
Yeah, and full transparency, my official record for the year is 177 wins and 1 loss. Thank you, Oakland A's, for the one loss back in May. So, it's not bad. It's like a return on investment of like 10,000% and like a 99% win percentage. So, you guys are welcome for that. Obviously looking forward to this. This has been a day we've been looking forward to on our calendar, sort of ease some of the workload. We certainly appreciate everyone. And we're not done. We're going to have shows for the playoffs. So this is not the last time you're going to see our ugly mugs. Obviously, the play of the day, the Dodgers yesterday went ahead and came through. Of course, the Red Sox can't find a way to come through, which is why I'm grossly rooting for the Seattle Mariners to get that wild card spot. I agree with the Hartford Whalers in the chat box. I know Jason loves that. I'm rooting for them to get kicked out of baseball as well. I'm hoping the Mariners go ahead and take that last wild card spot with a negative run differential. Is there anything more baseball than a team making the postseason with a negative run differential? Come on.
Fantastic stuff. And anybody checking on the Padres? Do I need to make a phone call out there? Is in our 3 games under 500 and tanking the rest of the way? Got news for you guys today. Simple cap on that game when we get to it. Yeah, fade the Padres again. You're going to put some money in your pocket. But how about this? It says right there, SBR Sports Picks, 90,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for that. What a way to go out with a bang in the regular season by getting to the 90,000th sub here. Thank you guys. Turn that notification bell on if you're watching now live, if you haven't done it yet. If you're watching on a replay and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on so we can come in here and start talking some Major League Baseball playoff edition starting up next week. Now, Monday, not slated to be any games. Probably won't have a show. We'll see if that changes. All 3 of us probably saying we hope it doesn't change because it would be nice to get the Monday off, but it is what it is. Yeah. We'll be here when the games are in need. So without any further ado, let's get into the Major League Baseball card today. Friday, it's payday. Rays and the Yankees up on deck here first. McClanahan versus Cortez, 120s to 130s across the board as a home favorite here for the Yankees. Tampa Bay, nothing really to play for. The Yankees looking to put the final pieces on a playoff team. Maybe need 1 win. Maybe don't need any wins down the stretch because that was a big-time victory in Toronto over Robbie Ray yesterday here. What are you looking at, Jason? Because it's clear. Tampa Bay just setting up the rotation for the playoffs. Not a lot of effort, so to speak, for Tampa Bay. The Yanks still need to close out. Short price here on the Yankees. It's not to say you can't trust them, and we don't like to bet because teams need the victory, but I lean towards the Yankee in this one as a short price at home. It's still a game that they need, and Tampa Bay is already setting up for the postseason.
Yeah, look, it's interesting. Right now, the Rays, they have an OPS against Cortez of 992. But then against Shane McClanahan, you have the Yankees. They have an OPS of 1.121 here, just 32 plate at bats, and so not great sample size against a rookie pitcher, but both of these lefties have been hit by the opposition previously in other games. So I would expect both teams to be able to score runs early in this game, and often in this game as well. Of course, the Yankees have been red hot when it comes to power, and the Rays, they'll just put out a bunch of righties to hit against the lefty, and they'll do just fine there. So I do think we'll see runs in this game. I would, team total either side would work. I would go with the Yankees, obviously, because essentially they do need this game more, and you could trust that the lineup will be heavy and more reliable than the Rays. But either way, I think that we will see runs in this game, and I would obviously pick the Yankees to win the game, though.
I got an odds boost as a little bit of a teaser in this game that we'll talk about in just a little bit. But the Yankees' big victory yesterday over Rob. Here's what I love about this, too. If Garrett Cole had a good start, he probably would have been the Cy Young. He got bombed. So then you flip it over to Robbie Ray. If he has a good start, he's going to ensure himself the Cy Young. He got bombed, but yet he increased his Cy Young award odds in the AL. Who the hell knows who's voting on this? And I know the books don't actually vote on this, but I do find it interesting here. But coming down the back stretch here, Yankees still need to pick up maybe, as I said, maybe victory. Maybe don't need any victories to get into the playoffs. But they're playing to win tonight. Tampa Bay here on the road trip, looking forward to the playoffs. Now, look, they would love to knock the Yankees out of the playoffs if that's even going to be possible. I don't think it is. I like the Yankees on a short price tonight.
Yeah, I think so too. And Jason's right. The Rays lineup does profile really nicely against Cortez. The problem is how motivated are they going to be? We're sort of doing the psychology of these players, which is a little bit tough to do, especially without those psychology degrees. I don't know, maybe Jason has one. He's probably got like 14 degrees. Although I was shocked to learn. Many of you might be shocked to learn this too. Jason, a horrific high school student, by the way.
It was all about sports, though. That was the thing. I would just come home and care about sports. So now here I'm my job is literally sports, which is exactly what I wanted. So
that's what it should be. But it's a bit surprising. I don't think anyone would have pegged Jason as a sub-2 GPA in high school. It's absolutely fun. But I do look. So it's a 3-year OPS if you want to take the 3-year sample size of 907. The Rays do profile better. But look, it's a team with a lot to play for still. They win this game. They're definitely in the postseason, right? Don't you think they want to just get this win, sort of rest over the weekend and get ready for that wild card game next week? It's a tough one. For me, it's 50-50. So I'm going to take the plus money on the Yankees minus 0.5 in the first 5. Do I think McClanahan's better than Cortez? Yeah, I do. No doubt about it. But do I think he's exponentially better? Not necessarily. It's still a 725 weighted OPS there. The Yankees lineup doesn't profile all that badly. I will go ahead and take that plus money on the Yankees. Am I throwing a full unit on it? I'm not. But if I am going to bet this game, if I'm watching this game, if I'm going to the game and I want some action, I'm going to take that plus 120 on the run line in the first 5 innings.
All right, the white flag is up in San Diego as they take on San Francisco tonight. Minus 215, minus 220s, minus 195. It doesn't matter. It could be minus 500. They will beat the Padres tonight. Avila's on the mound. No statistics here, at least for the last 30 days. So basically waving that white flag. They will lose again tonight and continue the descent of maybe getting to what? 27, 28, 29 games out of first place in the NL West. As we take a look, DeSclafani's not even that great of a pitcher, but San Diego just stinks, Jason. That's where it's at.
Yeah, so the Padres, they don't have a starter, is that correct?
Yeah.
Avila, it looks like, is in now as the updates on both.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, so yeah, I don't have much information on him, but, obviously, like Donnie always talks about, the Giants are the clear favorites in this game. They're still fighting for that NL West, and a big game last night, obviously getting that run, I think it was the 9th inning to win 5-4, because the Dodgers already had their game locked up. So, big game for the Giants there, and so, the Giants are still going to be fighting for their division, and they'll still be, hitting the ball really well like they've done all season long. So, there's no other way to go but betting the Giants in this one.
Yeah, I think they hit tonight as well. So that's a foregone conclusion of where I'm going possibly with one of my plays here. But just taking a look at this game here, Kyle, as we said, I love to take victory laps on the grave of the San Diego Padres, calling it that. They are going to absolutely go in the tank. When they were in the wild, when they started this tanking mode here, when the schedule was ridiculous, if the season ended September 10th, they were in the playoffs. Now they look like they might finish 5 games under 500. When I joked saying, they'll be under 500. They actually are, and they will be. Take a look at this game tonight. Avila's on the mound. The Padres don't care. They want to go golf, and they're going to blow that team up probably in the offseason. But what do you think about tonight?
I mean, it's hard to go against the Giants, right? Now, I will say the Giants have been a little bit sketchy. I actually did a little bet on the Diamondbacks first five last night and won that bet. I did warn you all that I had a weird feeling, and the Giants did come win that game, but the Diamondbacks certainly won the first five, as well as the Yankees, the other live dog we talked about last night. Look, for me, the Giants have basically gotten this division wrapped up. They need one more win to really seal the deal here. I expect him to get it tonight. Do I love DeSclafani? No, I don't. Does he profile great against the lineup? Not really. 773 OPS. 3 of his last 4 starts, he's had 24 or fewer fantasy points there. So it's not as if the Padres can't hit him. But who'd you say, Avila? I mean, who the hell is Avila? These pitchers, it's mind blowing to me.
Vinny V.
I mean, I just don't understand what happened to the Padres pitching. Do they not have a guy in AAA that can throw 5 innings? I'm so confused. You would think there's a guy down there, right? Doesn't every AAA team have an ace, right? I would think every team has an ace. Where's the AAA ace for the Padres to come in here so they're not throwing out?
To get their stacked team that now is below 500.
It's an absolute joke. So, yeah, you got to lean the Giants here. Am I going to touch it without no, I'm not. I'm not going to touch DeSclafani. I'm not going to touch anything here. If I was going to bet the game, of course you take the Giants. The Padres are dead in the water, and the Giants still have a little bit of something to play for here. You don't want to be the Dodgers and have 104 wins and still have to play a wild card game. Giants need to get it done. They need to win tonight, so you got to lean the Giants here.
Yeah, the Giants are doing the Dodgers dirty, too, by keeping them in this playoff race as long as possible to waste some pitchers, use some players in the field, maybe some injuries and a weak bullpen, because the Dodgers aren't going to give up until they are done. If they really wanted to play a sick joke on the Dodgers, they would lose like the next 2 games or lose the next game and string it out right till Sunday. So you have to throw everybody, because the Dodgers won't sit anybody until it's actually official. They are out of it. So maybe the Giants, a little bit of that, chicanery, as we like to say, as they head into the playoffs. But 105 wins, and they have to play every single game out just to win their division. Incredible stuff. And yes, the Padres sit 27 games out of first place as we see it here. Let's talk about the West Coast again, 963, 964. Milwaukee, Eric Lauer, the lefty in the mound, versus Clayton Kershaw, the lefty, minus 235s, minus 225s, depending where you're shopping. And I agree. The Dodgers need to win this game. You're already looking at playoff mode for Milwaukee, and they're already down one of their better bullpen guys for punching walls here. Thank you, Devin Williams, which basically blows their chance of doing anything in the playoffs because their strength was starting pitching and back into the bullpen. Now you weaken that. I mean, Hader's a great pitcher, but he can't pitch 4 innings every single night to shut it down. We'll see how that plays out here in the playoffs. But tonight, looking towards the Dodgers again, they should be able to hit Lauer. It's not a great matchup per se for the Dodgers themselves, but they'll win this game tonight. Maybe a parlay piece again that you're looking at San Francisco and the LA Dodgers and just say, hey, give me a little bit of plus money or so and sign me up.
Yeah, so look, Lauer has been pretty good, 9.19 xFIP, striking out 27.1% of the batters and walking 5.2. But the ground ball rate is low, the line drive rate is high, the hard contact sitting at 55.4% in the last 30 days. And he has the batting average of balls in play at just 190. So he's been pretty lucky. He's getting the strikeouts, he's getting the walks, but when it comes to balls in play, he's been getting a little bit lucky. And the Dodgers right now, they're just hitting the ball over the fence, and they're doing it, with so much power right now. And so you can't get lucky when the ball goes over the fence. Fielding doesn't help you when the ball goes over the fence. And the Dodgers, they line up against lefties. They're destroying the ball. 237 ISO, 346 weighted OBA, and just 16.2% strikeouts. I think the Dodgers destroy here. I think they get a lot of balls, obviously, over the fence, hit some home runs, and, of course, win the game with Clayton Kershaw on the mound.
I like it. I like where we're going here. Kyle, taking a look at this game between the Dodgers here on the late night versus Milwaukee. It's funny, too, because you look at the Dodgers. Like, the Dodgers felt like they've won 8 out of every 10 games this season and can't make up any ground on the Giants, which is incredible. You see Milwaukee just, be bopping around out here, 4-6 in their last 10, just waiting for the playoffs here, out of the West Coast. Get some sun, relax. They might get pounded tonight, in my eyes.
I don't know. I got to say, I think Milwaukee's a live dog. And do you know why? This is an important game for the Dodgers, right? If they want to stay in it for the division.
Yeah.
Is there any big-time pitcher that you like less in a big moment and in a big start than Clayton Kershaw? I mean, this guy has
pretty good. The postseason, he was good. The postseason last year.
One postseason. I got to tell you, I was over at BetMGM. The Brewers team total over 2.5. 2.5 for a team who's going to be in the postseason next week. at minus 140. So I don't give a damn who wins this game. Could I see the Brewers winning the game? Sure. Could I see the Dodgers beating the brakes off of Lauer? Absolutely. Eric Lauer's no good. But 3 runs for a team that's going to be in the playoffs next week again. And again, is Kershaw going to go 6 or 7 innings? Probably not, since coming back 4 innings, 5 innings, 4 innings. I think the Brewers get to 3 runs tonight. The safe play for me, that low reduced team total. I mean, how many times are we taking over 2.5 in the first 5 innings? We're getting over 2.5 for an entire game here at minus 140 for a playoff team. I'll take the Brewers team total over 2.5, and you might see that on the value menu shortly.
Yep, I just see the Milwaukee Brewers out there on the town last night, living it up in L.A., get a couple rounds at Riviera out there, lay by the pool. Oh, go, we got a game tonight? All right, let's go. Let's have it in here. I think the Dodgers smoke them tonight. But, hey, you could be right. We could see it there because they're 8-2. I can't get over it. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They can't gain any ground on the San Francisco Giants, which how many April, May, June, July, August? I kept saying to myself, man, they're going to fold. The Giants are going to fold. The Giants aren't going anywhere. It's amazing stuff, man. 105 wins for the Giants. And yes, they still have to play the last few games to try to clinch a playoff spot. It's outrageous here. Good stuff here as it heads down the stretch. Let's get to some value menu wagers on the card tonight. I have 2 games that I like. One, we're going to start pretty early here. 6:35 start. We're going to head to Pittsburgh. Why is that? I'm going to get 9 at-bats tonight from the Cincinnati Reds off of Will Crow last 30 days, 5.46 xFIP number. He is getting destroyed by lefties and righties. Good-looking lineup for today for the Cincinnati Reds. India, Schrock, Castellanos, Votto, Suarez, Farmer, Barnhart, and Friedel. Outside those 7 and 8 guys, the first 6 batters should be able to rake tonight. 9 full at-bats against a bad pitcher and a bad bullpen. One of those games where nobody cares, so you're just going to throw caution to the wind, maybe rack up some statistics. BetMGM 4.5 minus 120 on the Reds team total. For me, Jason, where are you going with the play here for some value?
Yeah, I like where you went on the first one. I'm also on the Reds over 2.5 in the first 5 on that team total at minus 105. Again, like you said, Crow's been pretty bad, 5.46 xFIP, striking out to 17.7% of the batters and also walking 11.4%. Now, he does get a solid amount of ground balls, but the one thing that the Reds have done really well in the last 30 days against righties, they don't hit ground balls 32.4% of the time, and also hitting line drives 23.6% of the time against righties. And this lineup against Crow, a 430 weighted OBA for lefties, and against righties, 369, and a lot of ISO power numbers against with righties and lefties against Crow. So, I love the Reds lineup and think that they should be able to get 3 runs in the first 5 innings, and of course, get enough runs for Donnie to cash his full game over. Now, also, I'm going to go to the Red Sox over 2.5 in the first 5 at minus 130 here. This is obviously a must-win game, but that's not really why we're betting it. Although we do know that the lineup's going to be their strength for the Red Sox, and they're going up against a left-handed pitcher in Josh Rogers. 5.86 xFIP, striking out 15.3% of the batters and also walking 8.9%. On top of that, his ground ball rate is low, the line drive rate also high. And the Red Sox, their lineup is going to have mainly right-handed bats. You'll have the 1 lefty endeavors. I don't think Verdugo will be in the lineup because they don't have a DH. They're in Washington, so it's going to be a pitcher hitting in the 9th spot. But for this lineup, though, with all the righties and endeavors, 28.4% line drives against lefties, also 31.3% ground balls. So I like the Red Sox here. Should be able to score 3 runs in the first 5 innings here against Rogers and the Nationals. And if you want to go full game or just the first 5 for both teams of the Nationals to score against the lefty as well and Rodriguez, I don't mind it. I would just prefer the Red Sox here.
All right, Kyle, what you got today? So a little bit of value on your card?
Oh, yeah, I got a couple plays here, and we're going to have a play of the day. I mean, it's the last regular season Friday. Boy. We got to try to make some – now, I got to say, I've been getting burned on this value menu, and it's the stupid Giants early in the week, won the game, lost in the first 5, and these damn Red Sox, who, again, is my least favorite team. Right now, the Red Sox, I hate more than the Green Bay Packers, and that if you watch our NFL shows, you know that is saying something because I despise the Green Bay Packers. But right now, I'm rooting so hard for the Red Sox and all their fans in that crappy sports town, the entire state to cry and whine as Tom Brady comes in and whoops on the Patriots. And then hopefully the Mariners surpass the Red Sox here. So let's start there. I got the Mariners team total over 3.5 minus 150 at over BetMGM. Look, bottom line, it's the highest weighted 3-year OPS on the card. Jose Suarez. I mean, if Spencer Howard wasn't on this card, he might be the worst pitcher on the entire card, or John Gant. I mean, we've got some real cans coming out there today. And you're right, I'm going to come out there with cans tonight. We're going.
I don't know who you watch when you talk about Jose or Ranger Suarez. Is it Ranger Suarez or Jose?
No, this
you're
is
talking
Jose
about?
Suarez.
Oh, I was
This is
going to say,
Jose Suarez.
This is the slander for Suarez.
No,
He's going
I
on
can't
too long
anymore.
here.
Ranger Suarez has just put it right,
God.
made me put my foot right back in my mouth. I cannot diss on Ranger Suarez anymore, but Jose Suarez absolutely stinks. 1099 weighted 3-year OPS. Mariners need this game to get into the postseason. You get that reduced team total over at BetMGM, over 3.5 minus 150. Love that lineup. Seager, Haniger, France, all of these guys profile nicely. I like the Mariners to get to 3.5 runs. And we talked about it earlier. Milwaukee, over 2.5 minus 140. I'm sorry, I just cannot take a professional team. Yeah. I don't trust the Brewers, but they don't profile all that horribly. They do have power in that lineup. 3 runs in a full 9 innings. I expect them to get it done. And hey, this is a possible playoff matchup here. I think they want to let them know what happens here. I don't trust Kershaw in this moment. He's still not up to full strength just yet. 3 runs for the Brewers seems doable. So on the value menu, Brewers over 2.5 minus 140, Mariners over 3.5 minus 150. Both of those are over at BetMGM.
All right, let's hit the odds boosted section. Yesterday got let down like so many of us from the Boston Red Sox. Thanks for not showing up here, and we'll see if they can get it together over the weekend. But I'm going to take a look here at a game where it looks like we're going to get a pretty good matchup between both lineups, and that is in the Bronx. I mean, Tampa Bay, you're still going to want to get your statistics on offense. There's no question about it. And if Nelson Cruz is in the lineup, which I think he will be tonight, along with Giancarlo Stanton, this isn't a bad one at plus 140 at Fox Bet. Each one of these players, not to hit a home run, not to get an RBI, just to get one base hit a piece out of each one of those throughout the game. I'm going to take that. That's going to be my odds boost tonight up in the Bronx through Fox Bet once again. Stanton and Cruz to at least get one hit or more apiece at plus 140. Jason, where are you looking tonight?
So the Rockies are playing the Diamondbacks against Humberto Castellanos here. And on Fox Bet, there's CJ Cron or Trevor Story to get a home run boosted to plus 225. If you look at Story and Cron, 250 ISO for Story, Cron 230 ISO against righties in the last 30 days, and also Castellanos in his last 38 play appearances against righties, a 229 ISO and a weighted OBA of 420. So lots of potential there for those two bats in the Rockies lineup against Castellanos.
All right, boosted Kyle, where are we going today?
Odds boost. We're going to go to that Dodger, even though I do like the Brewers to get to 2.5 runs. I'm going to go to Max Muncy. I didn't think there was a lot of great odds boost today, just like full, transparency. I didn't see a lot of stuff that I liked, so I just looked for a number. Max Muncy in his career, 3-12 off Eric Lauer. He does have a home run. You're getting a nice boost from plus 360 to plus 440 over at FanDuel for him to hit a home run. I think he gets it done today. I think he gets number 37 on the season, whether he does it against that beat-up bullpen or against Lauer. I do like the home run prop for Max Muncy boosted to plus 440. And yes, I'm fully aware. I don't care. Titans are still going to beat the hell out of the Jets, Jason. I don't give a damn.
Jets.
How dare you? They're still going to beat the hell out of it. It could be me and Donnie out there running flag routes, and we'd still score 27 points.
And by the way, I just want to say, you're doing it wrong if you're betting the Jets today on news that, Julio Jones and A.J. Brown are going to play. And if you've been listening in to certain places throughout the week, you've been told that they are not playing this weekend all week long, and you could have had the 7.5. That's for another show. I just wanted to point that out here. Yes. So let's keep it going down the list. Best bets on the Major League Baseball board. I'm going 2-0 today. I love that Reds team total early, and then I'm going to couple it up with a late-night game. We already talked about here. The Padres dead in the water, suntans, maybe catching some rays, heading off to the offseason. Manny Machado, to Fernando Tatis, calling their agents, get me the hell out of here. There's no way in hell I want to play every single year against the Dodgers and their $600 million payroll, and the San Francisco Giants are better than us. I don't want to be on a team that finishes 30 games out of first place. Probably, Jason, end up on your Mets, both of them there. Don't be surprised. I'm going with the Giants tonight, 4.5 minus 125. A pitcher on the mound that's just out to hey, we just need somebody out of the bleachers that can throw 3 or 4 innings tonight. We only have 3 games. Come help us here. Giants still win the game, need to win the game. They're going to get 5 runs in this one. I paid for that at MGM, 4.5 minus 125. Jason, where are you going tonight?
Yeah, so we'll go back to the Cronin Story home run prop. I like the Rockies over 2.5 in the first 5 on the team total at plus 125. And the Mets, they're on a little bit of a win streak, so I'm not too worried about the Rockies anymore. So I can go and bet them now. I don't have to worry about Kyle in my ear telling me that the Rockies are better than the Mets. But, hey, if the Rockies want to be better than the Mets today, I'm so for it. Give me the Rockies over 2.5 at plus money at plus 125 against Castellanos. Castellanos has allowed 3 or more runs in all of his 4 starts in September. His ISO power numbers, like I talked about earlier, really bad against lefties. 375 weighted OBA, and ISO of 317. And then against righties, 420 weighted OBA, ISO of 229. So, he's been pretty bad. Then you have the Rockies lineup. They've got a lot of great power in there. 216 ISO, weighted OBA 325. They're hitting 20.4% of line drives and just look really good at the plate and even look better on the road than they did in the first half. So they're putting together a solid second half of the season, and I expect the Rockies to score 3 runs in the first 5 innings at plus money.
Moneyball 365. I need a girl that loves me as much as Donnie loves the Giants. It's not that I love the Giants. It's I love every single team that plays against the Padres. That's the difference here. I love them all. Anybody. You could roll in, I guess, the Marlins to play the Padres, and I'd be like, it don't matter here. Padres are going to get smoked in this game. Kyle, best bets and bankers on your card. Where are you going tonight?
I mean, I need a girl that loves me as much as my ex-wife loved other men. You know what I mean? Like, we all need something here. Let's go. Let's go out with a bang on this Friday. Come on, baby. Look, for me, there's been some talk about Spencer Howard in the chat box, and you're damn right I'm fading Spencer Howard. Do the Indians have anything to play for? Of course not. Does it matter? Of course not. Right-handed hitters, smash Spencer Howard. Left-handed hitters, smash Spencer Howard. I took the Indians team total over 4.5 minus 115. Look, Cleveland's, it's been up and down for them in terms of trusting him. But if you can't get the 5 runs off of Spencer Howard and then the worst bullpen in all of baseball, I don't know what the hell you're doing here. I think the Indians get to 5. They get there early. Indians team total. It's an 837 weighted 3-year OPS for those of you who are wondering. Like the home run props for Ramirez and Franmil Reyes. Give me the Indians team total over 4.5 minus 115.
All right, let's do it here. Let's set up the card tonight on the odds lightning round. Whip it around Major League Baseball, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. I like this game very much, and the line continues to be on the move. Pinnacle opened up at a 164, now sitting at a 182 here at FanDuel, New Jersey, 190. DraftKings, 190. Bet365 here in New Jersey, 185 is a favorite towards Cincinnati. I think they plaster the Pirates here tonight, Jason.
Yeah, and I agree here with these Reds. Like we talked about earlier, 226 ISO, weighted OBA, 369. They're hitting a ton of line drives and limiting the ground balls against righties. And the one thing that Crow does well, he gets ground balls. So if you can't get ground balls, then balls are going to be in play. They're going to be hit hard, and the Reds are going to score a run. So Reds over 2.5 in the first 5 on the team total at minus 105. And, of course, I agree with the full game over for the team total of the Reds as well in this one.
There you go. All right, let's take a look here. Next game up on tap here, Boston and Washington. Boston is dead to a lot of people here, but they still try to fight their way into the playoffs, going up against Rogers, the lefty. So Rodriguez, the lefty, versus Rogers, the lefty. Heavy favorite, minus 200s. We should have been looking at the Red Sox saying, what? Look at how they end the season. Orioles, 3 games versus the Nationals. You tattoo them both. They're not off to a good start here, Kyle. What are you looking at tonight?
I mean, I can't trust the Red Sox further than I can throw them. And it's kind of weird, just from the DFS perspective, Josh Rogers is way overpriced. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but don't touch him in DFS. Yeah, would I still lean the Red Sox? I would. Rodriguez, a 46 in his last outing against the Nationals. It's still a 782 weighted OPS here. I think the Nationals are live dogs. The Red Sox just seem lost. Of course, my heart is rooting for that. And if you guys can do us a favor, only 41 thumbs up. That's our final regular season show on Friday.
Chat box is tired out here, Kyle.
I know you guys are tired. Hit it for us one more time. We're tired too, but we love you. Hit that damn like button. Don't make us feel bad. I just talked about I need a woman that loves me more than my ex-wife loved other men. For Christ's sake, you can't give us a thumbs up?
Look, don't make us start talking food in here, all right?
I will start talking food real
quick.
I made a beautiful dinner last night. Filet mignon, black pepper crested filet mignon with a blackberry sauce right out of the Gordon Ramsay cookbook.
No sauce. No.
And then you got these disgusting sons of bitches talking about ice cubes and cereal and vinegar on potato chips and French. Oh, just good Lord. So
I'm hungry. It even sounds good right now.
Hit that damn thumbs up button. But yeah, look, Washington's a live dog, but of course a smart bet here would be to lean the Red Sox. I just don't trust it.
All right, here goes another. I don't know what's up with this. It seems like the Philadelphia Phillies just, send out horrendous pitchers all over Major League Baseball. Here's another one. Eshelman's on the mound versus Baltimore versus Matz, the lefty. 352s to 3. That tells you something here. Steven Matz is a 360 to 380 favorite, depending on where you're shopping at, because a previous Phillies farm system pitcher, Thomas Eshelman, is on the mound here. 10s as the total. Maybe Toronto gets it themselves here, Jason. What do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I will say, though, Eshelman, I guess in his last, 13 batters that he's faced, 3.18 xFIP, striking out 30.8% of batters and also walking none. But at the really, really small sample size, if you want to look at the entire season, it's a 7.10 xFIP. So take that for what it's worth. Obviously, Eshelman has not been good this year. He was better in his last outing, but besides that, the Blue Jays should do plenty of damage. Eshelman's been really bad against righties. His last 57 plate appearances, a weighted OBA 473, and ISO of 255. So, the Blue Jays should be able to do damage here and score runs. And obviously, they need this game. So, they're going to have a lineup out there that actually makes sense.
All right, and also putting out a quick tweet here in the chat box here. A lot of people saying, sauces use word. No. If you put sauce on your steak, the FBI will be called. I mean, that's
no. I'm sorry, I misspoke. It's a blackberry sauce straight out of Gordon Ramsay's cookbook.
I love how you said, no, we're going with blueberry sauce.
Not blueberry. It's blackberry. You got to strain those blackberries. You cook them in red wine. Then you add jelly and honey, and it's absolutely delicious, and it offsets that pepper crust that you put on the filet mignon.
That sounds good.
It's absolutely sensational. That's why I get all the ladies, boys, because I can cook.
Don't get it twisted. Guys are living up in Oregon. They put blueberries on their steaks, so don't get it twisted out here. All right. Next up, Philadelphia, Miami. Suarez versus Alcantara. One is 106 to minus 112. Two good-looking pitchers, at least, stat-wise, over the past 30 days. The Phillies have waved the white flag. They don't care anymore. They might explode again on offense for 3 runs. It ain't going to be enough probably to win the game or even get the total in this one. 6.5. 6.5 is showing up on FanDuel, and I want no part of this game here. How about that?
How about Art Pacheco, the comment of the day? I'm not even going to repeat it, but that's absolutely the comment of the day. If you just read that in the chat box, that is freaking hilarious. Okay, so this one I was tempted to go the under in the first 5 innings, but that number's at 3.5. So it's really tough. What the hell am I going to do with this one? I got to tell you right now, I'm going to take the plus money on the run line on the Marlins in the first 5 innings. I like our boy up, down, left, right, BA select start just a little bit more than. Now, I'm not bagging on Ranger Suarez. I'm not trying to get. I mean, this guy has been sensational over his last 5 starts, but it's still an 860 weighted 3-year OPS. I got to go with the numbers here. Only a 676 for Alcantara. He's been pretty good over his last 5 as well, including a 70 and a 55 back to back. Take the Marlins on the run line and take that plus money. Just can't trust the Phillies right now.
Yeah, you can't trust the Phillies at all. And they basically given up. I guess it's basically just to prop up, Bryce Harper, get him a base hit here and there so he can win the MVP. But outside of that, that team stinks. Let's go to another
risky
team
in this chat box right now. It's risky out there.
It is. Hey, look, it's Friday. All gloves are off on the last. These people are out here like, hey, if I get banned on the last day, I really don't give a damn. I'll see you next year, and I'll beg for forgiveness. 9:55, 9:56. New York Mets, Atlanta Braves. Nobody cares. Rich Hill's on the mound tonight. Minus 122, minus 125. Basically a pick 'em here. Atlanta probably popped the corks on the bottles last night, partied all night long, and yet are still favorites here against the New York Mets, Jason.
Yeah, it's actually Tyler McGill on the mound. Hill pitched yesterday. But either way, like you said, this is going to be, the Braves obviously already clinched the East now over the Phillies, and the Mets are on the road. So, yesterday Conforto was made a shoestring grab in the 9th inning and started crying out in the outfield because it might be his final couple of games with the Mets now moving forward. So, that brings me to the fields. I mean, I love Conforto. Wish he stays with the Mets, but who knows what's going to happen here. All I want is for the Mets to
1-2 punch, huh? Conforto and Lindor, 212 average and 6 home runs and 11 RBIs.
When Baez came to the Mets, Lindor started to rake, and that's no coincidence. Now we just need to get Carlos Correa at third base, have an entire Puerto Rican middle infield, and we'll be completely good to go for the Metsies. And we're going to be in the playoffs next year. Don't get it twisted. We'll be there. So watch out, Braves. Watch out, Phillies. We'll be there. But anyway, I mean, this game is it's tough. I don't even know who the Braves are going to start. They might just sit all their players. So look for the lineups before you even bet on the game. Yeah. But I guess the Mets are probably more motivated at this point, and they'll have, I guess, the better lineup. So we'll see what happens. But I don't think the Braves are going to have much going for them in this weekend series as they just kind of prepare for the postseason.
Once again here, we're going to talk a little Spencer Howard, another Phillies pitcher making his way around Major League Baseball. He is not the favorite today. Morgan is the favorite. Eli Morgan, 118, 125s across the board, 9s here. A terrible baseball game, playing out the string here. But Kyle, he wants no parts of Spencer Howard.
No, I'll take that Indians team total. And quite frankly, the Rangers team total is live here. Both these pitchers absolutely stink. So the over 9 for the game makes a ton of sense. As I mentioned before, by the way, I can't let this one go. Someone put ketchup on their teriyaki chicken and rice in the mall food court. Whoever did that, I hope you have a horrible holiday and a horrible Christmas. You don't deserve any joy. That is that is way worse than vinegar on French fries. It's worse than ice cubes and cereal. Ketchup on a teriyaki chicken. What a disgusting human being. That is. I'm sorry.
I do like teriyaki chicken though.
So, I love teriyaki chicken, but would you put ketchup on it?
Nah, I'm not a big ketchup guy unless it's like for eggs or something like that.
Yeah, but that's still gross, right? Why just get regular chicken? Any kind of ketchup
French fries
on
and
chicken,
eggs. That's it.
That's just wrong. You can do like a chicken parm with tomato sauce. That's fine. But we're just going too far putting ketchup on. And to answer in the chat box, of course we're doing playoff MLB shows. Just be a little different, a little quicker.
Damn it, Top Shot. Come on.
Because there's not that many games. But I like the advantages in the Cleveland lineup here. I do like that Cleveland team total, and I think the over 9 is live. Big fade of Spencer Howard. Eli Morgan, not much better. It's just I trust the Indians lineup just a little bit more than the Rangers.
All right, there we go. So as we make our way through the final regular season show of Major League Baseball here on SportsBookReview.com. Another great game, another barn burner, Jason. Minnesota and Kansas City, Gant versus Heasley. And this is where the odds makers go. What do you want to do? I don't know. 110 across the board. Let's see what they bet here. Give me some thoughts on Gant and Heasley.
Jeez. Yeah, look, so Heasley has actually been really bad against lefties and not bad against righties. So in the lineup for the Twins, they'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like they'll have 5 or maybe 6 lefties in the lineup going up against Heasley. So there's potential there for the Twins, especially with like Polanco, I guess Gordon. Those are the 2 guys from the left-hand side that can do damage against Heasley. So there's a chance that the Twins score some runs against Heasley early in this game. And then Gant, a guy that walks a ton of batters and also gets 60% ground balls. So when he walks them, then he induces ground balls, gets that double play. And everything that he does is just really bad, but somehow he escapes the jams because he's able to strike out 24% of the batters and also get 60% ground balls and limit line drives to 8.6%. So again, he's been so bad, but he's actually not terrible because he's able to kind of escape with his ground ball rate, his low line drive rate, and his high strikeout rate. So I do like the Twins in this game. I think they'll get the job done here, and I would not bet against Gant. Obviously, Perez has a chance to hit a home run like he does every game, but outside that, I would rely on the Twins more here.
All right, Detroit and the Chicago White Sox, Peralta versus Lynn as they wrap up their regular season heading towards the playoffs. I'm excited to see what the White Sox have, to deal with in the playoffs. I love their lineup. I love their pitching staff. I love their bullpen. It just seems like we didn't pay any attention to them over the past 30 days because their season didn't matter post like August the 1st. Now they'll finally get fired up again, but they're almost close to a 3-1 favorite here, Kyle, on the weekend, or at least this game between Detroit, who counters with Willie Peralta, 8.5 across the board. Any thoughts here?
Well, yeah, I mean, it should be the White Sox. They should absolutely destroy Peralta, and Lynn should be able to cruise through Detroit. Problem is, the reason we haven't paid it, I paid a lot of attention to the White Sox this year, but they have really been a letdown and hard to trust here as they cruise to the finish line. You never know what kind of bizarre, moronic lineup Tony La Russa is going to throw out there. We don't even know if he knows he's managing a baseball game. He might think, he's playing canasta with his friends back at the synagogue. I don't know. I can't trust the White Sox here with this total. Should they win? Yes. That's minus 160 on the run line in the first 5. Makes a lot of sense. I do not put blueberry. It is blackberry sauce that is on the steak. And we're just kidding. He was just kidding in the chat box. Jay isn't going anywhere. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't make those decisions. But as far as I know, Jay will be around. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Don't start setting the Twitter world on fire. As far as I know, everything is set there. But I mean, yeah, you lean the White Sox, but can you trust them right now? Hard for me to do so I'm just going to stay away.
There we go. All right, so let's just keep on moving down the list as we go. Boy, hey, look at this. Oakland, time to get the party started. Yeah, party's over for the Oakland Athletics. Party already started for Houston as they're in the playoffs and clinching as well. Look at this line, a lot of line differentials here. Pinnacle opened up at 115, moved up to 133. FanDuel opened up at 162. They're down to 142. Get it together on the opening lines out here. 8.5s across the board. 2 teams that I don't really think care all that much about this game, Jason. What are we talking about from your perspective here between these 2 lefties?
Yeah, both teams have a solid amount of righties that can do damage. Now, I will say that Valdez has been worse in the last 30 days with a 4.63 xFIP. The strikeouts are low and the walks are high. Although he is getting 71.2% ground balls, that's a ridiculous rate here. I will say the Athletics, though, they don't really hit that many ground balls against lefties, just 33.6% of the time. And on top of that, they get 26.6% of line drives against lefties. So I think the Athletics, although they're out of the playoffs, I think that they have the more advantages here against the lefty. So I would say the Athletics probably get the win here. And I do think we probably see runs from both teams depending on who the Astros send out in the lineup.
All right, here we go. Let's keep going down the list and go down and down and down. Hey, Chicago Cubs, they gave up this year. Why? They're undecided. They own a pitcher. So we're going to move past this game and get to Colorado and Arizona. Another barn burner here on Friday between Gray and Castellanos. And the odds maker said, what do you want to make it? I don't know. Make it around 110. See where it goes here. Any thoughts between Colorado and Arizona? My goodness, if you're watching this game on a Friday night, hey, Kyle.
The only way I'm going to lean here. So these are two teams. These are two teams. I mean, it's the worst. But we do know that these are two teams who are dreadful on the road and much better at home. So, do I like Gray? No. Do I like Castellanos? No. What I will say, you're getting the Diamondbacks plus 110 on the money line. They actually did play the Giants pretty tough in that series. So for me, I'm just going to go on the season-long trend. Both these teams are god-awful. And trust me, I wanted those Rockies to pass Jason's Mets. I'm a little pissed off. It was giving me something to root for. Now it's looking less and less likely to happen. You can see that damn grin on his face, so you know how happy he is about it. Will I cross my arms and get pissed off here? But I'm going to take the home team here. I'm just going to follow the trends. Both pitchers stink. Both lineups profile nicely. I'll take the plus money, plus 110 on the money line in the first 5 innings for the Diamondbacks.
And how about this one? Nobody seems like they want to bet on the Seattle Mariners Center, at least at the price that they opened up at. 171 dropped to 154. FanDuel 184 to 162 now. Still, obviously, as a nice favorite for the Mariners, 7.5 across the board. I can't trust the Angels coming into town on this one. Go Seattle, the team that nobody cared about and everybody crying in the dugout when they had the trade deadline acquisition where Kendall Graveman left the team. Maybe it was a good decision for Graveman to leave that team. Here come the Mariners down the stretch. Should be an easy series for them here. What are we thinking in this one, Jason?
Yeah, so Marco Gonzalez, his xFIP is kind of high in the last 30 days, but he hasn't really been that bad. It's the strikeouts that are low. The walks aren't bad at all. He's not getting a high amount of ground balls, but the thing is, the line drive rate just at 14.1% of the time. And the weighted OBA on both sides, about average 317 to lefties, 300 to righties. As a left-handed pitcher, he is giving up some power to righties, but there's really not much power in this lineup outside Ohtani. When you look at the Angels right here, without Trout, without Rendon, and Walsh has been struggling recently. So against lefties, so there's not much to like in this Angels lineup. The offense has been miserable all year, really the second half of the season. So I think Marco Gonzalez, at least gets the job done. I think the Mariners cruise on to another victory here.
All right, look at that. Wrapped up the Major League Baseball card here. That'll do it for our regular season, and the playoffs are abound. Should be some fun games to talk about. At least we won't be going over, let's just say there's 15 games a night. 11 of them are absolutely horrific. We won't have that. We'll have good matchups here to get into, good lineups, good baseball teams that we can follow on a night-to-night basis. So excited for that. But before we do, as always, let's clear the bases before we get out of here for the weekend and let the people know what we are firing on tonight. 2 plays for me. Reds team total 4.5 at minus 130. That is at BetMGM. And then also have the Giants team total. That is 4.5 at minus 125. Those 2 games for me. An odds boost tonight up in the Bronx. Big Boom Bat Stick Cruise to get a base hit. And Carlos Stanton to get a base hit. That plays 140. That's what I'm on tonight, Jason. What are you looking at?
So just as an update before I get on with my plays, Kevin Biggio actually is returning from the injured list and will be starting first base for the Blue Jays today. So if anybody wanted to know the Blue Jays lineup, it's out now. And Biggio is actually playing first base if that changes anybody's mind or whatever, just give you the information. You guys can do what you want with it. But my plays, the Reds over 2.5 in the first 5 on the team total at minus 105. The Red Sox over 2.5 in the first 5 on the team total at minus 130. And we'll go with the Rockies over 2.5 in the first 5 at plus 125 against Humberto Castellanos. And of course, the odds boost, CJ Cron or Trevor Story to hit a home run, boosted to plus 225 on Fox Bet.
There you go, Kyle. What do you got tonight? What are you firing on?
Okay, we're going to go the play of the day, of course. Cleveland over 4.5, minus 115, a complete fade of Spencer Howard and that bullpen, of course. On the value menu, we've got the Brewers, low depressed team total, over 2.5, minus 140 over at BetMGM. We've got the Mariners, minus 150 over 3.5 runs against Jose, not Ranger, Jose Suarez, highest weighted 3-year OPS on the card. I've got Jason Radowitz over 11.5 push-ups. That's sitting at minus 165.
Take the over, please.
I'm taking the over. It's on the value menu where it gets a juiced up number. I'm taking Jason Radowitz over 11.5 push-ups. The odds boost, Max Muncy boosted from 360 to 440 to hit a home run tonight off of Lauer and that banged up Brewers bullpen. And our home run list tonight, Franmil Reyes, Alex Bregman, Salvador Perez, and Pete Alonso.
All right, that'll do it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in through April, through May, through June, through July, through August, through September, and yes, through October. Here's playoff baseball begins next week in Major League Baseball. But today is Friday, so we like to say it's payday. We've got some pretty good stuff out here floating around for some wagers tonight, so hopefully we can cash in on some of these. I'm Donnie RightSide for Jason Radowitz and Purviance with the sportsbookreview.com Major League Baseball team. This was your Friday show and the last of the regular season. And as always this weekend, good luck on your wagers.